Hi, I thought you would want to see how little Birdie Tarkin is getting on after a couple of days of settling in. Like I told you, it's the way I do it. They settle in much quicker. They're in little scent and no talking to them for a day, and then the next day, a wee bit of bonding and them wanting to be with you. That's the secret with these wee ones, unlike some of the other breeds. In a way, training them, you're actually conning them. You've got to make them think that it was their idea anyway. And all we've been doing now, this is about a third or fourth day, is we've been shaping behaviour. That's all it is, which is going to help us later on. And I've also found out a little bit about wee Birdie here, and she's found out a little bit about me and what we're all about. But she's very good with the other dogs. She's settled in well, she knows the routine. She's no phased with it at all. She looks forward to coming out with you. She walks well to heel. She takes affection and correction. But what we've been shaping her for is what you want in the show field eventually. She walks well with the other pack as well, on and off lead. So what we've been doing here at the back of the car is creating what I call a happy place. Dogs retrieve to a place rather than a person, and I like to get to their level, as it were, rather than standing up big imposing stuff. Because Birdie, you'll notice yourself when I'm retrieving, she's one of them that either spits it out, drops it at your feet, nudges it with her paw, chews at the end. She does bring it back into a fashion, but then she wants you to pick it up, and she doesn't understand that last part, as it were. So that's what we've been doing here, is creating a happy place to show her the picture. And we've also been slipping in a few commands that she doesn't really know yet, but we've been drip feeding her and shaping that picture and sound and behaviour, and I've been showing you. So I've been doing the last part of the retrieve, because that's the part that's the problem with her, and that's called the hold. And I'll show you what I mean. And I use wee things like, a paint roller. It's a soft, furry texture, it's a plastic hollow bit. It can't get the toggle end at the end or anything like that. It balances it right, it holds it well, and it's a nice, good feeling thing. So we've got her interested in that. So we teach her good girl. The longer that she can hold that in her mouth, she gets praise reward. Talking about praise reward as well, somebody somewhere has been giving her treats. That's where the spitting out part is, and also with the holding on to things, probably somebody has been using the famous tennis ball, and she's learned to roll that in her mouth, which will cause mouthing problems later on perhaps. But also a tennis ball is harder to take from the dog than an item like this. So we've been teaching her that holding that there in your mouth is a good thing, just to hold it in front of us here, not imposing. And we keep that head up, because she's one that wants to drop it. So like that. So we teach her, good girl, good girl, oh, good girl, yeah, good girl, good girl, sit, good girl, sit, good girl. Good, alright, good girl, good girl. And then we give her a new command. Dead. Good girl. 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 Dead. Good girl. And we give it right back. Good girl. Good girl. And the longer she can have that decide still, roll it with her tongue and spit it out, because she thinks she's completed it. Good girl. That's where the tennis ball part came in. You see the tongue coming there to try and roll it out. Good girl. So we're teaching her that's no the way. You hold on to it till the release command. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So I'm just doing the end part of the retrieve, that's all. Good girl, good girl. Nice and gentle. Good girl, good girl. I'm not letting her bow that head down to roll it out. Good girl. Good girl. What a good girl. Then, dead. What a good girl you are. Good girl. Good girl. Then, because we've just done that, and that's the important part, because that's going to help us later on when we do the hunting part, and then she finds something, so when she finds it, she's going to bring it back to us, isn't it? And also, if we do retrieving, when she gets it, she's going to bring it back to us to get another retrieve. That's what's going to help us in the training. So if I do this last part first, which is a good thing, to a happy place, that's going to help us later on. So that's what we've been working on. And then we do the same thing, we bring her back in to get that reward instead of a treat reward. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Birdie. So we're showing her the different things in her mouth. The longer she holds onto the better, and I'm just shaping that picture for coming in, for helping us with retrieving. She was unsure about it all, what the game was, and she's still got a wee bit of that tongue pushing, but now she's holding on to it. Good girl. What a good girl you are. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You thought about it there, didn't you? Yes, you did it. Yes, you did it. Good girl. Oh, are you going to try and jump up there with it? Or do you want to just come into me with it? What do you want to do? Good girl. Come on, baby. Good girl. Good girl. Good, come on, you can do it. Good girl. Good girl, good girl. Oh, you're clever. Oh, what a good girl. That's better. There we go. Good girl. Yes, you're a good girl. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. So, that's what we've had to do with her. The other part of her obedience is fine. We've got to break it down for into the exercises that we're going to use in the field. And it'll become a wee bit more complicated for a wee dog sometimes, didn't you? Yes, I know, yeah. Yeah, my pal. So, good guy. Then we go and break off and do a little bit of play, don't we? Yeah, because cockers like to play. But at least she's happy to be around you, and happy wee dog, isn't you? Yeah, good girl. So we're going to go and play. So we're going to find things. Right, Birdie. Come on then. Good girl.